Welcome to Simple Review, the series where I briefly play a game, review it, and keep it simple. If at any point you find this review to be helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Now in this review, I'm covering a beat-em-up action RPG called Young Souls. When playing this game, you only have one game mode to play, and that is the story mode. This mode can fully be played in co-op with 2 players locally. You will have a few options of difficulty that allow this to be accessible for most players. In addition to this, you have even more accessibility options to make the game even easier in the options menu if needed. Story-wise, your foster father has gone missing. Upon investigating his disappearance, you stumble upon a gate that leads into a dangerous world. It becomes clear your foster father has disappeared into this world, and now it's up to you to save him. Now when it comes to gameplay, you will play as Jin and Tristan and travel between the real world and the dangerous alternate world. The alternate world is where you will experience the core gameplay loop. The alternate world is broken up into several gates that drop you into zones that will need to be explored in order to make progress in the game. While in these zones, you will come across a good variety of monsters and bosses that will need to be killed. Fighting monsters can be done with some pretty simple mechanics. You have some hack and slash attacks, a magic ability, a dodge ability, a block, and equipment that can be used during combat. All of these mechanics are slightly altered by what equipment you have on you. For example, your magic attack may change from a fast jab to a fireball if you equipped a fire sword. All equipment has its own stats and abilities, so you can work towards building out a character to fit the playstyle that you want. Obtaining equipment can be done in the alternate world from defeating enemies, looting chests, or purchasing them in the real world from merchants. The real world will be the main place you interact with NPCs to further develop the story, but you will also be able to upgrade your characters, upgrade your equipment, purchase equipment, and purchase cosmetic items. And that's all that this game has to offer. Now for my experience, I'd have to say I really enjoyed this game. You can tell how well polished it is just from the start. I never experienced any bugs throughout my gameplay. Combat felt really good, co-op functionality seemed fair all around, both players could perform all the same actions, loot had a great variety that allowed freedom in terms of character builds, accessibility options provided great customization to make the game easy enough for most players. I did, however, feel that the game presented too many flashy effects that made it hard to see at times. I also noticed that the game had some language that was not suitable for all ages. There is an option to filter this language off, but doesn't seem to work as intended, as I still seen some bad language after enabling this option. So with that being said, I'd have to give this game 9 pepperonis out of 10. Young Souls sets the benchmark for all future beat-em-up games, but still needs some quality of life touches. And that'll do it for this review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will try to help.